guys, it's Kelly, and today I'm doing a little first year of college video. So pretty much I got some of my friends to answer a few questions about their first semester, how it went for them, advice, stuff to just prepare you, or just like if you're interested, this is for you. But this is really aimed towards like current seniors in high school who are kind of getting ready for the transition to college, and hopefully it's helpful to you. I know this is definitely something I would have wanted at this time last year, so yeah, I got a good amount of my friends to be a part of this, so if you're one of them, thank you so much. So I will also be answering the questions as we go, in case you want my opinion and you want a bunch of others. This is for you, so yeah. My name is Kelly. I am a digital technology and emerging media major. I'm from New Jersey, but I go to Fordham Rose Hill in the Bronx.
Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm a freshman music theater major at Baldwin Wallace University in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, and I am from New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm currently a freshman at Lafayette College in Pennsylvania. Right now I'm majoring in English, but that might change, we'll see. And I'm also from New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I'm from Chicago. I go to Fordham Rose Hill campus, and I'm a psychology major.
Hey everybody, my name is Davis. I'm from Pinehurst, North Carolina. I go to Fordham with Kelly, and I'm majoring in journalism, and I think I want to do a film and TV minor as well.
My name is Eliana, and I go to the new school, and I study history and fine arts.
Hi, my name is Keegan. I'm from West Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm a journalism major at Fordham University.
Hi, my name is Riley. I go to Fordham and I'm an English major, and I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Hey Kellmargot fans, hey YouTube. My name is Jet, and I'm from Colorado, and I go to Fordham, and I'm doing computer science.
Hi, my name is Ellie Getz. I am an environmental studies major at Fordham, but I'm thinking of switching into communications or journalism and minoring in film and television, but I'm not sure yet. And I am from Raleigh, North Carolina.
The adjustment to college for me was really rough, honestly. I'd say the worst part was orientation. So like the first 3 days were extremely difficult for me, and then once classes started, it became a lot easier. Like I still had hard times, but I wasn't on the verge of tears like how I was in the first 3 days. But once classes started and my routine started, that changed everything. It made it a whole lot easier. I do still have hard times, but I'd say it's started out really bad and it's been getting easier as time has moved on, which I'm really thankful for, because I do think that is like kind of common.
My adjustment from high school to college was actually very smooth, and I think it's because I reached out to a lot of people over social media before I went to school, and I kind of got to know some upperclassmen, and I kind of reached out to everybody, and we kind of made a group chat, and so I got to know everybody before I went, so that made my transition a lot easier because I had friends to hang out with who I knew were in the same boat as me, and then I also had upperclassmen who knew the answers to all the questions that I would have. So that made my transition really smooth.
The adjustment process for me into college was relatively easy. I think the main reason for that is I grew up going to sleepaway camp 7 weeks out of the summer, so I sort of knew what it looked like to be away from home and have that freedom and independence. And my roommate and I reached out to each other pretty early on in the process, and started talking, and we met in person a few times and FaceTimed a lot. So we were like pretty comfortable with each other like way before we even moved in, which was so nice to like know I had that person there that like, I don't know, I was close with.
The adjustment to college for me was a lot easier than I thought it would be. In the beginning, I was really nervous, but I got involved in a lot of clubs super fast, and I was introducing myself to so many new people that I think being so busy helped that adjustment process go a lot smoother. But it was still overwhelming at times. There was a lot to balance, and there was a lot that I was now responsible for, but overall pretty smooth process for me.
My adjustment to college was a lot like cleaner than I thought it would be. It was a lot more like a social and like friendship change than like an academic change. You have to change your whole like support system because you're so used to having your parents and your siblings or your friends at home to be your support system, but when you go to school it kind of allows you to make a whole new one, which is hard, but it's also really, really nice. So that was kind of like the biggest change.
I like school so far. Adjusting to it was definitely difficult for me personally, just because my school doesn't really have a campus life or whatever. You just kind of have to start being more independent, which was something I realized. Also navigating, because I don't know where anything is ever. So the city was kind of hard to start navigating.
Adjusting to college. I feel like people don't talk about it enough because it's pretty difficult. For me, the hard part wasn't really being away from home because I'm kind of used to that. I took a gap year, so I was kind of gone the entire year. I think it's just there's a lot of time in the day and there's a lot of time to do things. So getting a schedule down for yourself and really setting aside time and realizing where you do things best just takes time, and it takes getting to know places.
The adjustment to college honestly wasn't bad for me. I think what made it easier, I was fortunate enough to make good friends early on, and that definitely helped a lot.
I guess the hardest part was, you know, leaving Colorado and leaving my family, but I met some great people, so it made things a lot easier.
I honestly think that no matter what college you go to, if you go close or you go far away, adjusting to college is something that's difficult. I feel like the first week of school at Fordham, where we go to school, it was all in-person orientation too, so but it felt like, I mean, I've never been to military boot camp, but that's what I assume military boot camp is like, because you are like, we were waking up at like 6 a.m. We are going to these meetings all day long, and then you want to go out at night because you want to see what the nightlife is like and you want to make friends. And you're also like getting used to living with people who you've never met before.
My favorite thing about college so far is the people in my life. I honestly never thought I would have as good of friends as I currently have. I've truly found people that love me and care about me, and I didn't think it would happen so easily, but it really has. And I also love where I am. I'm in New York City and I can't imagine going anywhere else. My least favorite part is, although you do have a great support system of friends, you don't have a direct support system like your family. Obviously they're still there. They're a phone call away. They're not physically there, but it's just not the same.
My favorite thing about school so far is my independence and like kind of becoming my own person and not having to ask my parents every night if I can go out or something. Like, I can just make that decision for myself. My least favorite thing is the food. College food and eating in college, navigating it and everything is very hard. And not a lot of people really talk about it. People are kind of just like, eat what you want, whatever. But it is hard because sometimes the dining hall food is not good and not what you want, but you also need to eat food. So that's been my least favorite part so far, especially because with the schedule that I have, I literally sometimes have days where I just don't have time to eat.
My least favorite part about college, which this sort of isn't a general thing, more specific to my school, but the food is so bad, and I feel like this happens at a lot of other schools too. Like, the food is just so bad and pretty much inedible. You can have snacks in your room, but like, it's not the same. Favorite thing about college is, I feel like everyone's gonna say this, but the independence and like ability to like self-structure your days. Like, I feel like in high school everything was like set out for you and planned out for you, and there wasn't a lot of freedom in like choosing what you wanted to do. Like, you had your school day, your 7-hour school day, then you had like your after school activities, and there wasn't a lot of like leeway in between that. But in college you can decide how you want to spend your time.
My favorite part about college so far is probably the independence that it gives you. It's really nice to be able to be your own person in a new environment and meet so many new people. And I didn't expect that I'd meet so many amazing new people in such a short amount of time. One of them being Kelly. And yeah, those are my favorite parts so far about college. And my least favorite parts about college so far is probably how overwhelming it can get a lot of times. There's a lot to balance. Like I said before, you have to balance your academic life with your social life, and then also the clubs you're in and stuff like that. There's a lot to be responsible for, but overall the positives outweigh the negatives.
I would say my favorite part about being in college or being a freshman is just like being around your friends all the time. Like, you don't have to make plans to hang out. It kind of just like happens naturally. If you go to eat and then you go back to someone's room and you just like hang out for the night, or like if you go to class with them or just walk to class, you can just catch up and stuff. There's no like, oh, like I'll pick you up and we'll drive here, or you don't really have to make plans. It just kind of happens naturally, so you get to spend a lot of time with your friends because you're living with them. I would say my least favorite thing about school is probably, well, my school, the food for sure, but like in general, I would say the like fact that you have to like do everything on your own, like, which is nice, like you could do everything on your own, but like when it comes to like ordering textbooks and like school supplies and just like registering for classes, like it can be really stressful and you don't really have anyone, like you have your friends who can help you, but they only know so much, so just like having to figure out everything by yourself, which teaches you a lot, but it's kind of difficult sometimes.
I think my favorite part, I was really lucky to have people that I live with that I really like. I think my least favorite part about school is probably the walk to class, because it is far. Also that my teachers are weird and my school is quite different and we don't have any tests.
Least favorite part of college? I had a stomach ache the entire first semester. I don't know what was going on with my body. I was on some, like, a different level. I don't know what happened to me. Favorite part of college? You're literally, like, with your best friends all the time. It's so amazing. Like, it creates such a supportive environment because you could be having such a tough day and then all you have to do is walk a few steps and you're surrounded by the most beautiful people and your best friends and they're supporting you and you're laughing.
I'm lucky enough to go to college in New York City, so that's been really cool to experience that, just being able to go into the city on the weekends or just like by myself. Oh my god, I've had really good naps. I don't know, it's just, I love my bed at college. It's just very comforting. Least favorite? Everyone is probably gonna say food, because it's true. Yeah, it's just hard in college. You have to watch yourself more, make sure that you're getting 3 meals a day, even if it's like something like 3 meals. I've had no vegetables in college. Like, none.
Having the city of New York has been like amazing because the town I grew up in was pretty small. We don't like really have that many big like skyscrapers or anything in Raleigh. So I have loved just going out into the city and exploring new areas and honestly just enjoying time by myself. You know, college is such like an individual journey. So for me, I really have appreciated just like my alone time and like my independence too, and my availability to just say, you know what, I'm done with classes by noon today. I'm gonna go into the city and like go explore this bookstore or like see this part of the city that I've never been to before and like I want to go do. A big hard thing was wrapping my head around the idea that I don't have to go out every single night and that it's okay if I want to stay in, it's okay if I don't want to do this.
First semester has taught me so many things. I actually think I'm a changed person than who I was in August. I've really learned to value the people in my life, and I've learned a lot about being independent. It's taught me a lot about school, like how important it is to get good grades and try hard. I kind of went into college thinking I would find my husband within the first week. That has not happened at all, and that's okay. It's taught me that my experience is not going to be like everyone else's experience. I was kind of comparing myself to people older than me. It's just taught me to accept things as they happen, and it's taught me a lot about being strong emotionally.
The lesson I learned my first semester is that you're gonna get sick a lot more than you think you are. College is just like little increments of you getting like deathly ill and not really having a mommy or anyone to take care of you. You kind of just have to figure it out and take care of yourself. And I didn't know that I was gonna get sick as often as I did. Like, maybe it's just my school, but I know that a lot of college people, like when you're starting school, get like very sick, and not even just COVID or anything, it's just like getting a cold and then you just having to figure it out, like going to the doctor and everything.
First semester has taught me how important it is to be patient with myself. The college adjustment process takes time, and you can't do everything right away. Like, I remember in the beginning, I was super eager to do everything, take advantage of all the opportunities Fordham has and all the opportunities Manhattan has, but I just need to, I just know I needed to take time, be patient with myself. This adjustment process isn't gonna happen in a week. It takes time.
I believe the first semester of college has taught me like very like how I like to live and how I like to learn as well. Like in high school, like it's 8 to 3 for me at least. Like that's your day. But at school, like I've learned I like to have my classes in the morning so I can have an afternoon to do whatever I want. So I'll have my classes from like 8 to noon, and then I can go into the city or like do my homework in the afternoon, while other people like to have their mornings open and then have class in the afternoon. So you kind of just like have to choose what you like, try different things to see what you do like, in order to come up with like the best living schedule for you.
First semester taught me to not compare different parts of my life to each other. In the beginning of the semester, I had a hard time with being like, oh, at this time last year, I was doing this and I felt like this. And I feel like that's just not healthy. Experience college for what it is. Live in the moment. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. That's all right.
I don't know, I think it taught me like new things about myself, that I'm more like extroverted than I thought I was. I don't really know. It taught me to appreciate good people and good food.
My takeaways from the first semester are just like, give it time, you know, things aren't gonna happen in one day, and just like let yourself feel uncomfortable and let yourself miss home when you do miss home. There's nothing wrong with feeling homesick.
Honestly, not set any expectations. I went into college with a lot of expectations. Almost all of them turned out to be not what I thought. It's hard to not compare yourself, but do your best to not. I went into college comparing myself to like the older grades, but everyone has a different experience, like everyone. Another thing is to accept your emotions as they come. In the beginning, I was kind of hard on myself for how I was feeling, but like my emotions are like what makes me who I am. I had to accept them and be okay with it to continue growing. You have to know what's working and what's not, and how to fix what's not, and how to value what is, if that makes sense.
My biggest piece of advice would be to be social in college, and I kind of struggled with that a little bit this past semester just because I was in a show, and so my social life was kind of gone for like 3 months. But make as many friends as possible and kind of just break out of your shell if you're not a person that's very social. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, but I promise that when you make friendships and when you have people like around campus that you're like, oh, hey, what's up? It makes the experience a lot easier and a lot better just to have people who are in the same boat as you and stuff like that.
College is a really competitive place, especially between like, I don't know, freshmen, because you're starting out and you want to like look good, do well, whatever. But like, there's no point in comparing yourself to other people, especially your friends. Like, for me, I'm always like worrying about if I'm being as productive as my friends. But I think I've realized that like everybody works in a different way. So like, it's not worth comparing yourself because everyone approaches assignments differently. Everyone works at different times of the day. Like my roommate likes to work at night. I like working during the day. So it's like, it's hard to like draw parallels between that, I feel like. And it's really, there's just honestly no point in like worrying about if you're doing as much work as your friends because like everyone figures it out. Like, I don't know. But yeah.
Something that I thought really benefited me was going into college with zero expectations, not excessively researching the college. Research it enough that you know about the college that you're going to, obviously that you know enough about it, but don't excessively research to the point where it's unhealthy and you have biased opinions and you have a negative mindset. just know that everybody's in the same boat. At the same time, everybody's experience is going to be different. You can't count on one experience to define your whole college experience. It takes time to really adjust to the college you're going to.
Reach out to people on like the Facebook group. That's how me and Kelly became really good friends. You're not going to be friends with everyone you talk to. I mean, but if one or two you come really close with, and you're going to have them on like the first day, and then they'll introduce you to their friends. You'll introduce them to your friends, and you kind of just make a little group. So that's how it worked for me, and it worked really well, and I'm really happy with the friends I have.
Definitely know what you're getting into with school, because at first it was really hard for me to adjust to being in the city, but now I love it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I would say like join clubs or something, but I don't, or like join like Greek life, but I don't have that, so I wouldn't know. Definitely take classes you enjoy, using school as a way to study something that you want to do, like make studying fun for yourself. I think that's really important. That's what I learned.
For incoming freshmen, I just say put yourself out there as much as you can so you can meet people and have fun. I'm just so honored to be talking to you guys.
Do not compare yourself to, compare your experience of college to others' experiences via social media. I promise you, Susie is not having the most amazing time every single day. I promise you that's a highlight reel she's posting on her Instagram. I promise you she has also cried in her bed. It's way easier said than done, but it's really important to realize that college is hard because it's new, it's different, it's school. It's gonna be hard sometimes, but it's also going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to learn a ton, and the positives will outweigh the negatives by a billion.
That because college is new, everything is new. You have the privilege of choice in everything, and that your parents or yourself or whoever are spending money to send you to college, so you might as well make the best of it and not waste money or time, and surround yourself with people you want to be around. If your major is making you miserable or something, don't, you're just wasting money.
Specifically for students going to school in New York or a big city, don't let the city intimidate you, and really take advantage of all the opportunities that you have. You know, there's a lot of internships and just cool people. So go out there, say yes to things that seem fun, and really just appreciate where you live and enjoy it. It's just kind of I found myself reminding myself oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that I get to live here and go to school here. I would say a big thing is just be yourself. Everyone else is in the same boat as you, and everyone wants to make friends. Everyone's struggling a little bit, you know. We're all living in a new place with a weird situation.
Baby, you get your way, nothing I can do.